Hello everyone and welcome to the new video of Easy Power BI. This is Samir Ansari, and in this video we are going to discuss a new feature of Microsoft Power BI, which is Smart Narrative Visual. And because this is a preview feature, you have to activate it from File and open Options and Settings and Options, and from here then you have to restart your Power BI desktop to start using the same. So because I've already done this activation part of this preview feature, so I don't have to restart my Power BI desktop. But when you are using this feature, you have to activate it. But for your Power BI desktop, it has to be updated till September 2020. So if you don't have the updated version of Power BI desktop, then you will not be able to see this smart narrative visual. So before we go to the practical example, this is something which I've already cooked for you. In this example, you can see there are two narratives, visuals, which are used in this particular report. One is there's a clear distinction, like one visual is only related to a certain visual, like if you want a certain narration to be related to an independent or individual visual, then you have a way of doing it, like clubbing it with this particular visual. And regarding the whole report, you have another visual. So yeah, how you can incorporate both, there's a little bit difference in the steps involved in that. Like for example, if I want to uh, use this particular uh, visual specific narrative, then I have to right click on this particular uh, visual, and I'll click on summarize, and once I'll summarize, this particular window will appear, and it will be related to this particular visual, like this bar chart. So in this case, whenever you want to restrict a certain narration to an independent visual, then you have to start from that by right clicking and then click on the summarize, so that narration will come for that particular visual. But if you want to have a kind of a consolidated narration for the whole page, then in that case you have to go to that visualization part, and then you will find this is smart narrative visual. So you have to put it over here, and the moment you'll put it over here, it will automatically create all those narrations for you, so you can easily customize it in a sense the way I did. Like I have put headings over here, and I put some subheadings as well, the page title of that particular narration. So based on the generated narratives, you can improve it further in terms of clean visualization. And you want to, if you want to give heading for classification of that particular narration, then it's up to you how you can do it. So for this, I'm just copying certain visuals which I have already created over here, and I'll make a copy of it. I'll add a new page, and here I'm pasting those visuals. So once I'll paste this visual, once again I'm applying the same procedure. Now, one thing which is very important to understand, like whenever you are initiating smart narratives, whatever naming conventions you are following, like sometimes you need to rename these fields. So if you wish to change these names, like renaming different fields, so do it first and then include a smart narrative. Because what I have noticed right now, because this is a preview feature, maybe it will be updated in future, like whenever you rename these fields and then you want that narrative to be refreshed, that will not happen. So do your renaming and uh, column name selection properly, and then include that smart narrative. So here what I'm doing, I'll click on right click and click on summarize. So now it is creating this smart narrative. As I said, that this particular narrative is only related to this particular visual. So it is only telling a story regarding this particular visual. But if I want to incorporate a visual which is telling the story of the whole page, then in that case, as I said before, I have to include this smart narrative visual. Now this one is actually giving you a complete story of the whole page, like how many visuals you have used so far. Based on that, it is going to show you this complete narration. So this is the these are the two main distinction. Like whenever you are planning to include smart narrative, it's your call, like whether you are willing to include only visual based narration, or you want to have kind of a separate narratives for the whole page. So this is something which is your decision, like how you want these narratives to come. Now, these things are coming by default, but you want to add some value to it. Like, for example, if I want to add something extra in this particular report, what I'll do, I'll simply click on value. And then this is actually connected to the Q&A feature of Power BI. So you have to ask any question, like I'll say like highest number or highest units sold. So in that case, I I have this 340, like in a single incident, this is the number of units sold. So I can write the same for my reference, like highest unit sold. Once I save it, you'll see that highest unit sold is actually appearing over here. It was not there before, but because I have added this value as a Q&A question, and then based on that I have added it into the report, so now it is appearing in it. And if I want to add heading before it, I can write highest unit sold. So you can add that custom text before that particular value. So this is a kind of additional value or additional information which you have clubbed with this narration. So what I'm trying to explain, like you are not just restricted to the information shared or generated by smart narrative, you can also add your own values. Secondly, in this case, we are dealing with three different countries, and if I want to show the name of those countries, I want those country names to be shown over here. Like for example, if I select only two countries over here, so although my narration is related to these two countries only, but I want to show it over here, like how which countries were selected for this particular narration. So in that case, the best part is like you can create your own measure. Like here I have created a measure for selected countries, like the countries which were selected, and I have concatenated those values together. And if I want to add this over here, once again I'll click on add value, and because I know the name of my measure, so I can write the complete name like selected countries. Once I select the name of that particular measure, it will create it. I'll give it a name like name of countries selected, and I'll click save. So these names will appear over here. In the same manner, if I want to have a kind of main heading like smart narrative for this, for visual, so I can put my custom heading on top of it. I can make it bold, I can give it a different color, I can align it, I can change its size. Now this is smart narrative for selected visual is coming. So the same rule applies for the collective page narrative as well. So you can have the same kind of things over here, like this is like page narrative. I'll apply different sizes and colors, whatever I want. I'll make it like this. And once again, if I want to have the name of the selected countries over here as well, I can once again click on value. I'll click on selected countries and I'll click over here as save. Once again, these values are coming like this. So this is how you can easily incorporate a smart narratives. So the thing which I'm trying to explain over here, like if you want to have a detailed story in which you want to club something from your measures as well, or you want to add additional uh, story to this particular narrative, then you can have a Q&A question based values which you can incorporate in this particular visual. So I hope that this has clarified like how you can use smart narratives, and probably in future few more things and few more visuals will be added to it. So it will be more accurate, or you can say it will have more features coming in future. So definitely I'll make another video if this becomes generally available and it has more stable features. So thank you for watching, and follow my blog at easypowerbi.com, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Easy Power BI. Thank you for watching.